Level 1. The world wasn't built for you. You are 3 years old and you already know something is wrong. Not with you, but with everything around you. Every doorknob, every zipper, every jar lid, every pair of scissors in the entire world was designed for someone else. Not maliciously, not cruelly, just completely, systematically, without you in mind. Congratulations! You have just discovered that civilization is a hostile environment, and you haven't even started kindergarten yet. You reach for a juice box, the kind with the tiny straw you're supposed to poke through the foil, and you realize this simple object requires 2 hands to hold and 1 hand to stab. You have 1 hand. So you use your arm, your chin, your knee, your teeth. You figure it out. You always figure it out. But here's what nobody tells you. The figuring out never stops. It just gets harder, and then sometimes, on the very best days, it gets almost easy. Level 2. School is a social experiment, and you are the subject. You are 6 years old, and it is the first day of school, and someone points at your arm before you even reach your desk. Not meanly, just openly. The way children observe anything strange. A dead bird, a broken window, a kid with 1 hand. Your teacher has clearly never thought about this before. She hands out scissors, glue sticks, construction paper, a worksheet that says, trace both hands. Both hands. You trace 1 hand. You make it beautiful. You press every finger firmly against the page and you draw it slowly and you color it in. Nobody notices that it's the most precise, most deliberate tracing in the entire class because they are all too busy looking at the empty space where your other hand should be. By 2nd grade, you have heard every joke. The pirate joke, the clapping joke, the high five joke. You will hear them for the rest of your life. Strangers think they are the first person to think of them. They are not. You develop a look. A flat, patient, precisely calibrated look that communicates everything without saying a word. You will use this look 10,000 more times before you graduate. Level 3. Adolescence, where everything gets worse for everyone, but especially you. You are 13 and your body is changing and none of it is helping. You watch other kids tie their shoes in 2 seconds flat and you have developed your own system. A 1-handed knot that takes 4 seconds and holds better than theirs, but you still feel it. The gap, the invisible distance between what is effortless for them and what requires calculation from you. Gym class, a special kind of punishment designed to make you feel your limitations in front of an audience. Catching, throwing, climbing ropes, doing push-ups. Everything has a version you've invented, a workaround you've engineered, an adaptation that works, but nobody gives you credit for the engineering. They just see the result and decide it's either impressive or pitiable depending on their mood that day. You start to hate the word inspiring. People say it like it costs them nothing, like it is a compliment, like watching you open a water bottle correctly is the same as watching someone summit a mountain. You are not inspiring. You are doing what you have to do to get through a Tuesday. But something is happening underneath all of this frustration. Something quiet and structural. You are becoming extraordinarily good at solving problems. You just don't know it yet. Level 4. The working world asks you to perform normalcy. You are 22 and you are in a job interview. And the interviewer has just noticed your arm and is now pretending he didn't notice your arm. You watch the calculation happen in real time across his face. The concern, the legal anxiety, the overcompensation, the pivot to a question about teamwork. You have already decided how you will answer. You have practiced this. You practice everything. You got the job. Not because of your arm and not despite it, because you were the most prepared person in that room by a margin that had nothing to do with hands. But the workplace was not designed for you either. The keyboard shortcuts nobody taught you. The handshakes at networking events. The way someone always instinctively reaches for your right hand before catching themselves. You have a system for all of it. A handshake that leads with confidence. A laptop setup that took 3 months to optimize. A way of carrying coffee and a folder simultaneously that required more engineering than your degree. You start to notice something about your colleagues. They are frustrated by problems that have one solution. You have spent your entire life finding solutions number 2, 3, and 4. That is not a small thing. That is a fundamentally different relationship with difficulty. And it is about to become your greatest professional advantage. Level 5. Relationships and the intimacy of being known. You are 27 and someone loves you, and you are not sure what to do with that. Not because you are unlovable, you know you aren't, but because being loved means being seen, and being seen means the arm is always in the room. There are moments in relationships where your guard drops, and you realize you have spent so long adapting that you forgot you were adapting. And then someone you love reaches for your hand, the one that isn't there, and catches themselves, and looks at you with something so tender it almost breaks you. You learn to receive that. It takes years. There are people who fetishize it. There are people who cannot look at it. There are people who ask intrusive questions on the first date because they think intimacy means they are owed your medical history. They are not. And then there are the rare ones, the people who forget about it within a week because they are too busy paying attention to you. Those are your people. You build a life with them, a real one. Imperfect and loud and full of inside jokes about one-handed tasks because laughter is always the better option, and you chose it a long time ago. Level 6. Parenthood and the fear you never say out loud. You are 34 and you are holding your newborn child, and the fear you never let yourself feel before is here now, right now, in this room. Not fear about dropping them. You have held things with one hand your whole life. You are exceptionally good at holding things. The fear is different. The fear is, what will they inherit? Not genetically. You know the odds. You've spoken to doctors. You've done the math. The fear is emotional. Will they be ashamed of you at school pickup? Will they answer questions about your arm with confidence or with silence? Will they see your adaptation as strength or as lack? You watch them grow. You teach them things earlier than other parents do because you have to. Jar lids, shoelaces, grocery bags. The things you solved alone, you solve together with them now. And then one day, maybe when they are 7 or 8, they see another child stare at your arm and they say, without hesitation, without coaching, without anger, "That's just how my parents' arm is." And they go back to what they were doing. And you realize you have given them something enormous. Not despite your arm, because of everything you had to become because of it. Level 7. The view from here. You're in your 50s now. You have opened 10,000 jars. You have typed millions of words. You have driven across 3 states, cooked Thanksgiving dinner for 14 people, assembled furniture from that store where nothing makes sense, and parallel parked in a space that was frankly too small for two-handed people. You have received the pirate joke approximately 460 times. You have also done something most people never do. You have learned, deeply and permanently, that there is almost always another way. The world was not built for you. You built yourself into it anyway, quietly, systematically, with a kind of relentless creative problem-solving that most people only develop under extreme pressure, and only if they're paying attention. You look at difficulty differently than almost everyone around you. Not because you are superhuman, because you were never given the option of assuming things would be easy. And here's the thing about that. The thing they never put in the inspirational posts. The thing that doesn't fit on a motivational poster. It cost you something. Every adaptation cost something. Every workaround, every stare absorbed, every moment of calculating what others did automatically. That cost was real, and it was paid in full, and nobody gave you a receipt. But what you built with what you had, that is entirely, irreversibly yours. So tell me, which level hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments, because the people watching this right now need to know they are not alone at any of them.